Hey guys, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here. And yesterday I put out a video on FaceApp that actually has gotten an excellent response. And thank you everybody for watching it, commenting, sharing it, even those that called me a shill for a political party of all things. I appreciate all of the feedback and response and everybody getting the word out, because nobody wants to get data mined by FaceApp to the nth degree and then give that data over to a Russian company with ties to God knows where. But it opens up a bigger question, and some of you guys mentioned this yesterday. Now, we have basically a serious issue with data mining, and I'm not going to go through the litany of things that I've been through with Facebook and Google and Amazon and Snapchat and TikTok and all of these kinds of things. I've done multiple videos, including a half-hour video entitled It's Time to Put Mark Zuckerberg in Jail, regarding just the litany of lies, abuses, and all of that from primary sources. You know, we know that Google data mines us. They're letting third-party developers into the back end to read email unredacted. Their smart home devices basically listening, which we just found out last week. Facebook and Cambridge Analytica and data mining, and basically a VPN app that violated your privacy to the point where Apple removed it from their app store. You know, Amazon with their recognition system, their smart home device, their recording, their advertising and data mining. Snapchat with their FTC fines, you know, for violating privacy and failing to live up to security standards. TikTok, which is basically taking millions of videos from young people in Europe and the United States, and this is a wholly owned company that is beholden to the Chinese government, and on and on and on. I am not going to dive into those. I've done a ton of videos on this, but the reason why I'm making this video is to say that while FaceApp is absolutely horrible, we have a problem across the board. And while our data might be sitting, let's say with Facebook, if you're in the United States, which gives us better recourse for, let's say, litigation or privacy laws, or the EU when compared to Russia, we still have a problem with data mining. And the way I'm looking at this here is that we're basically in society 1.0. In the last, let's say, 15 to 20 years or so, we have been developing these technologies like the internet, like search engines, like social media, that is allowing open platform and communication. And these things are being offered for free as a new business model developed by virtue of the openness of the internet to data mine us in response to advertising revenue, to basically offer us a free product. Again, the axiom is, if it's free to us, we're the product. And so I think what's happening right now is we're going to start to see an emergence. There is, I think, a good chunk of people, though not the majority, given the utterly millions of downloads of FaceApp and TikTok and all of this, but there's a growing number of the population that is realizing the information we are giving up can be data mined against us. If you are posting something about that recent surgery on Facebook, for example, Facebook can literally sell that to your insurance provider, providing your insurance provider is paying Facebook to data mine you, and most of them are. So it's this kind of thing. But I think what we're going to start seeing is this emergency, is this call to privacy, and we're going to start to see legislation ramp up like we did in the EU with their GDPR, California, the United States, Australia's working through one, as is Japan, and some others. And so I think the reason why we're in this situation is that, quite frankly, we just didn't see it coming. There's all these platforms, we were getting all these features, and basically our privacy was an afterthought, just based on the assumption that what we were doing would just be private by default. Nobody reads end user license agreements and all of that. So I think it's something to watch out. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong, or a shill for a political party again, whatever you guys are into. But I think it's a very important conversation to have, because pretty much across the board, including the platforms you're watching me on, and yes, I'm very much aware that I am in facial recognition databases by virtue of being on Facebook, LinkedIn, and other platforms where I try to get the message out. That is just, the price that I have to pay for these things. But I think it's an important standard to look at. And I think it's an important discussion to have, because what does society 2.0 look like? What happens when we wake up and realize our data, or much of it, has been out? And also when the realization is, if we stop feeding data to a platform like Facebook, the older our data gets, the less valuable it becomes. And that's another consideration that we have to have. So that's the topic for today. That's the conversation for today. I just went briefly through every way that these people are data mining you. And I've done a ton of videos, articles, and all of that on it, which I urge you to check out, and if you don't, no worries. Thank you for watching either way. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, guys.